What's up, fuckers, and welcome back to our fourth pre-draft prospect rebuild here on NBA 2K21 Next Gen. Today's video, we're going to be doing the Jalen Suggs Toronto Raptors rebuild. I think the writing's on the wall. I think Kyle Lowry's time in Toronto is done. In my opinion, he's the greatest Raptor of all time. Might not be the best Raptor of all time, like the best pure player in Raptors history, but I do think he is the greatest Toronto Raptor in the history of their franchise. So Jalen Suggs probably going to be a replacement for him today in today's video, and I think this is a very real possibility in real life as well. I'd be interested to see where Kyle Lowry does end up this offseason because he is one of the the better free agents we do got coming up. So going to be doing a 3-year rebuild here as always. Before we do get into this one, if you guys want to see any more prospect rebuilds, make sure to let me know by leaving a like down below on this video. Let's see if we can hit 150 likes. And as always, if you guys are new to the channel, it really does help me out a ton if you guys could subscribe. Helps out the YouTube algorithm a ton. Gets me more viewers, more, can expand this community and stuff like that. So staff signing, I think Nick Nurse is a very good head coach. He's not going to go anywhere. Samuel Brown, goodbye. ADRIAN Griffin, goodbye. And Jama Mahalela, you're staying just because you have one of the coolest fucking names I've ever heard in my life. So Josh Longstaff. What happened to my other guys? Like, I know I say this in every single video. Like, what happened? I don't really know. So we're gonna get all three of those guys and Kevin Nicholson. Sure, okay, really, dude. You're a CFO and we're in a my GM. So whatever you want to call it. So we're up to the NBA draft for now. Oh no, we're not doing this stupid fucking glitch 2K has. Are we really? Brother. So we do have the 4th overall pick. We're probably going to go ahead and use it on Jalen Suggs unless he does go, higher than that. And if he does, I will go ahead and trade. But if not, I'll see you guys rookie signings. So Jalen Suggs did fall to us at number 4. We obviously took him there, and I got Jared Butler from Baylor, correct? Yes, at pick number 13 in round number 2. It's funny, these guys literally played each other in the national championship. I hate this stupid fucking glitch that happens here in 2K. Team player options, Boucher's definitely coming back. Watanabe, I just don't know how to pronounce his name any other way. I bring everybody back because I go ahead and oh my god, this is legitimately the most annoying thing ever. Gary Trent Jr. definitely getting the qualifying offer. That's from the Norman Powell trade, so we're going to go ahead and now figure out. So Kyle Lowry, unfortunately, my god, I'm just going to let him walk, I think. Jared Butler's here. He's obviously probably not going to play this season. I have no problem having Malachi Flynn coming off the bench for me. Whether it's in a 6-man role or something else. So DeAndre Bembry's here as well. He came over from Atlanta, correct? Yes, he did. Fred VanVleet is probably going to be my guard for at least one more year, my shooting guard for at least one more year. I think Rodney Hood and Paul Watson are on their way out. I don't mind Utah being our backup small forward. Him and OG Anunoby can definitely both shoot, and obviously OG Anunoby is a tremendous defensive player. So bounce back here from Siakam is definitely needed, and we got to figure out the center position because, man, let me tell you, I don't really know where it's going to be going right now. So I think we're going to probably do some sort of sign and trade with Kyle Lowry for some sort of center. Whether that's the most realistic thing or not, obviously you can go ahead and make that decision. But it's 2K. This is not a realistic rebuild whatsoever. So Kyle Lowry, welcome back for 10 minutes. And now we're going to go ahead and find some sort of center for you. Unfortunately, man, it sucks, but I do think it would be in the best interest. Even in real life, I think they should move on from him. I just don't, no matter who they draft, I just don't think his time here, 35 years old is really not matching the timeline of this team anymore. So I obviously know we're not going ahead and getting some superstar center, starting center, but maybe somebody that's at least, serviceable for a year or two. Zubats isn't a horrible idea. We also would pick up Pat Beverly. We don't really need him, though. Rashawn Holmes is here. This honestly isn't that bad. 11 and 10, basically just double per night. I'll actually go ahead and take that. So the Charlotte Hornets, not a realistic trade for Kyle Lowry whatsoever, but we're going to go ahead and pull the trigger on that one. So this is definitely going to be a 10-man rotation team. Rodney Hood, Paul Watson going to get some first-round picks. I'm going to then sign a backup shooting guard, and I will see you guys at the start of year number 1 with this rotation. So as I mentioned previously, it is going to be a 10-man rotation for us here at the start of number 1 and for us here in Toronto. Jalen Suggs, Fred VanVleet, OG Anunoby, Pascal Siakam, and Rashawn Holmes is going to be the starting 5. Bench unit, Chris Boucher, going to be my 6th man. I rarely ever have big men be my 6th man again. He's not like he's 7'2", but he is going to be our best player coming off the bench. I think that one's pretty clear. So he's definitely going to remain as our 6th man for now. Malachi Flynn, who I definitely does think has a decent amount of potential. Obviously was their late first-round pick in the 2020 NBA draft. I signed Josh Hart. That was the guy I signed to be my backup shooting guard. He's technically listed as a small forward. I just moved him back to shooting guard. It's not really that big of a deal. Utah Watanabe, riveting career stats he has here. And then Vernon Carey Jr., who we picked up in that Rashawn Holmes deal as well. So we're all set for this first season. Again, I don't think it's going to be, anything unbelievable, but, we might sneak in the playoffs. We very well could be the last seed in the East. I really don't know where this team's going to be. 2K's all over the place. I will see you guys at the end of the first season. So a very mediocre year. We end up as a 6th seed. We went 42-40. I caught our record before the year stopped simming. So kind of a weird spot because I don't think we have any shot of winning a championship this year. But again, we will see. Could have been worse. Trae Young is your MVP on the season. Cade Cunningham, Rookie of the Year. Again, man, this has been happening more and more. The Detroit Pistons just don't like drafting Cade Cunningham in this game. Evan Mobley, 6th man of the year, is in Cleveland. I'm assuming backing up Jarrett Allen. I don't really know what that future looks like if they end up making that move in real life. They definitely could trade Jared Allen. That being said, I don't know if they're going to go ahead and take him. You know, him being Evan Mobley, I almost said Jalen Green. If he is available at number 3, I think they definitely could maybe look to drop down a little bit. You never really know what Cleveland's going to do with that pick. I think that's the most enticing out of everything because I think it's pretty obvious that Detroit's obviously taking Cade number 1. I think number 2 for Houston. I think Mobley's the pick for now, but I do think Jalen Green has a lot of potential. So you can go either way. You can flip a coin on that one for me. And then I think Toronto keeps their pick and hopefully ends up with Suggs. But just my prediction. Mo Bambas, most improved player, and Steve Nash, coach of the year, 56 and 26 for the Brooklyn Nets. Can I talk to you about the most frustrating rebuild that you guys saw yesterday that I actually literally just recorded right before this? I don't have time to technically, you're seeing this. I didn't have time to record a rebuild last night that you're seeing this, so I'm actually recording 2 Friday night. But let me tell you, if you didn't see that Brooklyn Nets rebuild, it might have been one of the more frustrating rebuilds I've done in a long time. Definitely check it out after this. So we got Atlanta here in the first round. Them and MVP Trae Young. Not an easy first round matchup. Siakam, very good. Fred VanVleet, Jalen Suggs, solid rookie campaign, 16 points, 3.5 boards, 6 assists, 51% from the field, shot 32% from 3. We'd hopefully like to work on that. Malachi Flynn, OG Anunoby, Chris Boucher, Rashawn Holmes. So, you know, I don't have a problem with this team. I think we maybe just might need a little bit more scoring. I think that's definitely something we do need to work on, so you can take a look at some rebounds and assists right there. Trae Young, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Cam Reddish, John Collins, and Clint Capella. Also, if anybody can find me the clip, because, oh my God, I'm going to lose my goddamn mind. I think I said like a month and a half ago, when I made a rebuild, I think I said I'd do something crazy if the Atlanta Hawks like made it to an NBA Finals. If somebody can find me the clip or the link to the video, please let me know. Because if the Hawks somehow beat the, not somehow, but if the Hawks do beat the Bucks, whatever I said I would do, I will do it if it's within reason. If I said like, I think I said like run into the ocean or something dumb. But if somebody can find that, because man, let me tell you, I slept on the Hawks, and I think a lot of other people did as well. They go on to beat us in 7, funny enough. So I did not think this team was going to be winning anything. Brooklyn, oh my, so now Brooklyn wins a fucking finals. And quick update, sorry for blowing it if you didn't see the video yesterday. I couldn't win a championship with 4 fucking all-stars in my starting lineup yesterday. It's crazy. It's criminal. It's honestly, it's nuts. League meetings, we're going to go ahead and reject all those. They're already all set. Draft lottery time. I do not think we have anything here. No, we do not. So we're going to go ahead and send that. Atlanta, oh my God. Atlanta ends up with the #1 overall pick. Are you kidding me? I don't really see a reason to move on from anybody. We're just going to go ahead and get Sean Navarro. So we got those 3 untapped potentials. We will now move up to the NBA draft. Let's see what we got in the pick department. Do we even have our first round pick? We do. It's at number 17. We got 7 from the New York Knicks in the second round as well. So I think we have a couple ideas with this. I definitely don't mind OG Anunoby. You know, obviously he's not really here to score the basketball. He's here to more so play some defense. Fred VanVleet is a little iffy for me. I know he does start to regress typically by this 3rd season, which technically this would be a 3rd season because it's the 2nd season. Actually, no, it's technically the 2nd. Wait. No, this is the 3rd season technically of this video, so you never really know. I don't really want to see him start to regress, so we'll obviously make a decision on that. And I do think we can maybe upgrade from Rashawn Holmes. Rashawn Holmes did exactly what I expected him to, but again, we have 3 seasons to win a championship, so I cannot make friends with any of these guys and hopefully do any sort of make-a-wish around here. So we're going to go ahead and figure out some sort of trade. I'll be back. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do this deal here with Cleveland. We're going to be picking up Jarrett Allen. We're also going to be getting Larry Nance Jr., probably going to be backing up Pascal Siakam. I'm actually very happy with this trade. Again, it's not a crazy upgrade in the points department, so obviously I mentioned we were looking for that. But he obviously adds another aspect of defense here. I mean, obviously it's not like Rashawn Holmes is a horrific defensive player, but, I think Jarrett Allen's going to come in here. He's 4 years younger. Ultimately, what Rashawn Holmes was probably, going to do for us. I just don't think it was going to have as much of an impact as Jarrett Allen. So welcome to the team. Jarrett Allen is obviously going to be our new starting center. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with Chris Boucher as he is a free agent. I do not believe, did I trade my 2nd round pick? I did. So we're now going to head up to team player options. See what we got here. Malachi Flynn's definitely coming back. Jared Butler can come back. I will have to make a decision on those 2. Matt Thomas, not a God's chance in hell. And free agency, man. Free agency. So we definitely, we don't have any money. Okay, I was hoping maybe we had a couple bucks, but unfortunately we just really don't, especially, with these 3 bigger contracts. So I'll have to make a decision on what I want to do with Fred VanVleet. Ultimately, I believe this is a team option. No, it's a player option. So he very well could decline that. And I don't really know if I want to give, $35+ million to Fred VanVleet. It's not like he's been playing horrible for us. I just think we might be able to get an upgrade. And again, 3-year rebuild here. I don't really have time to make friends. So we're going to go ahead and figure out some sort of trade, and I'll be back. I want to get Jamal Murray from the Denver Nuggets. I don't even think these 2 are in the same kind of class of talent. I mean, again, it's not me, shitting on Fred VanVleet. I just think Jamal Murray's so much better. So let's see if we can get him. Let's see if we can get Jamal Murray here from the Denver Nuggets. I will give you 4 first-round picks. I think he's that good. It only takes 3. Jamal Murray's going to be moving to the shooting guard spot, and he's going to be starting for us there, probably not having a backup. So, I think ultimately that Malachi Flynn or Jared Butler does have to go. I think Malachi Flynn's value is probably a little bit higher. What's his contract right now? He has 1 more year after this. Jared Butler. I do want to get Jared Butler in minutes. That's the thing, but he is a free agent at the end of this season, so I definitely could be moving him as well, either for a backup small, actually probably just a backup small forward. So let's see if we can get some sort of deal for him. I know I just drafted him, but again, I give you guys a speech every single time that I'd probably rarely ever get to actually play some of these guys coming off the bench. And it sucks because it is kind of what it is. Najee Marshall's also a free agent. You know what? I'm just going to take a first-round pick. And I'll go ahead and sign a new backup small forward. So Joe Ingles could provide some shooting, definitely. I also don't want to just let... Actually, I'm going to bring Chris Boucher back and then trade him. I don't want to just let him go. Utah's going to be free to take a hike. I honestly forgot Chris Boucher was even on this team anymore, or that I actually had rights on him. So Chris Boucher is going to go just because, again, him and Larry Nance Jr., you know, not the exact same type of player, but I do think that only one of them has to be here, and I think Chris Boucher does have a little more value. Matisse Thybulle would bring some more tremendous defense to the bench, but I wouldn't mind getting a little bit more scoring off the bench, especially because we're going to go ahead and have OG Anunoby starting, who's not really in here for his scoring options. I'm surprised I get PJ Washington. Tim Hardaway Jr., absolutely perfect. Welcome to the squad. We are all set. I'll see you guys at the start of your number 2. Start of season number 2 here for us in Toronto. Jamal Murray. Oh, don't know why I said that. Jalen Suggs, Jamal Murray, OG Anunoby, Pascal Siakam, and Jarrett Allen. So obviously 1 or 2 major changes to the starting 5 in Jarrett Allen and Jamal Murray. I'm excited to see what they can do. I don't know why I'm backing out right now. Bench unit, Malachi Flynn remains our 6th man. Actually, he might not have been. I was Boucher last year, but he's our new 6th man. Tim Hardaway Jr. definitely hopefully going to provide some scoring off the bench. Larry Nance Jr. and Vernon Carey Jr. as well. All right, we are hoping to be better than a 6 seed this year. I will see you guys at the end of the 2nd season. So it was a record of 55-27 for us here to wrap up season number 2 and number 1 seed here in the Eastern Conference. Number 4 in the power rankings, maybe a little bit disrespectful. Trae Young is your MVP. I believe he won one last year as well. Paolo Banchero, Rookie of the Year in Dallas. Preston Achiuwa, Jonathan Isaac, Josh Green, and Stan Van Gundy's fat ass Coach of the Year. 55 wins. You down in the 2 seed there in down south in Louisiana. All the gumbo you could possibly eat. Stan Van, unfortunately, just not going to have that option in real life anymore. All right, Jamal Murray, Pascal Siakam, Jalen Suggs, Malachi Flynn, Jarrett Allen, OG Anunoby. So again, we do maybe need a little more scoring, but you know, maybe if Suggs can take that next step, maybe get closer to 20 points a game, we definitely could be all set in that department. But not going to jump the gun. I don't know why I thought we were 2 seed for second. Yeah, yet obviously we do the playoffs, and not an easy first-round matchup with the Celtics. At all. Not an easy first-round matchup at all. And we do win in 6, and we got Giannis and the Bucks here. T.J. McConnell will be a tremendous pickup for this team in the offseason. I just don't think it's going to happen ultimately, though. But we're going to go ahead and hopefully get this done. We do win in 5, and Trae Young, MVP, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Cam Reddish, John Collins, and Clint Capella. All right, here we go. And we lose in 5. I kind of thought that one was going to happen. Atlanta wins the championship. Trae Young is just so fucking good. There's not much I can do about it. All right, league meetings. We can't go back-to-back rebuilds without a championship. We got to get a championship here, man, one way or the other. So we're actually projected pick 9 from Dallas. There's probably a protection on it if I had to guess. Yeah, it is. So it's probably top 10 protected. So I'm going to bring back Nick Nurse. I mean, he has 2 A+ ratings. It really would be dumb not to. Melvin Hunt, sure, welcome to the team. And yes, we still have our trainer. So we're up to the NBA draft now. I do not believe we might have our late. Actually, no, I probably traded it for Jamal Murray. Yeah, no first-round picks this year. Very okay with me. Suggs, Malachi Flynn, Vernon Carey Jr. all coming back. Javonte Green, Celtics legend, unfortunately will not be coming back either. So Larry Nance Jr. is basically our only major free agent. I don't really know what I want to do with this squad. I think I'm ultimately going to have to make some sort of decision, though. Whether it's Anunoby or not, we will ultimately cross the road when we get there. But I am going to go ahead and re-sign Larry Nance Jr. I think it would be dumb not to do that. So he's going to be back on this team. I actually might have something a little devious in mind. I kind of do have a player in mind, so give me a second. I'll be back. So I have no idea if Denver's going to accept this. I would love to. Okay, they accept it. I was just going to say I'd love to get Michael Porter Jr. on this team. So obviously not the defensive caliber of player that OG Anunoby was, but he is definitely going to provide some scoring to this squad. As you take a look at his numbers right there. And again, I think he can take another step forward with that as well. So at this point in time, we just need a new backup small forward, and we can kind of call it a day. We're going to go ahead and maybe Harrison Barnes, honestly, more than fine by me. So welcome to the team. Harrison Barnes honestly provides even more scoring. So maybe a little bit lacking on the defensive end these days, but I can honestly live with it at the end of the day. Mike D'Antoni's, you know, kind of his motto. You just got to score more points than the other team. I will see you guys at the start of the 3rd and final season. 3rd and final season for us here up north in Toronto. Let's see if we can get it done with this starting 5, man. Jalen Suggs, who I just thought would be a little bit of a higher overall. I mean, he's obviously progressed 5 overalls, which isn't horrible, but again, his numbers look relatively similar both of these seasons, but we'll see. Maybe he can take another step this year. Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., Pascal Siakam, and Jarrett Allen rounds out our starting 5. Bench unit, Malachi Flynn, Larry Nance Jr., Vernon Carey Jr., and Harrison Barnes, who I'm actually going to go ahead and switch these. I want to get a couple more minutes of Harrison Barnes. But let's see what happens. Maybe get a championship here. I'm not going to lie to you, man. This team surprised the hell out of me. I'm pretty sure we won like 67 games. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's a 3-peat in the MVP department for Trae Young. Quentin Grimes, Rookie of the Year, Killian Hayes, Jonathan Isaac, Chet Holmgren, Nick Nurse. 68-14. Holy shit. Of course, none of it really matters if we don't do well in the postseason, though. So let's see if we can get that done. Look at some numbers real quick. Murray, Siakam, Jalen Suggs, Michael Porter Jr., Malachi Flynn, Jarrett Allen. I'm praying, man. I'm praying. I can't go back-to-back rebuilds without getting a championship, so I need it here. Cole Anthony, Fultz, Kuminga, Isaac, and Wendell Carter Jr. Let's see if we can get this done here in round number 1 against Orlando. We do win in 5. Moving on to Philly, Tyrese Maxey, Paul George. They actually make this, Tobias Harris for Paul George trade quite a bit. It's an interesting move, to say the least. We sweep them, and we got our arch enemies here. Who's Brandon? Oh, my God. One of those picks, man. One of those picks who's an 89 overall. We swept them? Us and Houston. Wow, 2 teams with 2 top 4 picks. Or, well, I guess technically they don't have 2. But you know what I'm saying? Of the draft, meet in the NBA Finals just a couple years later, man. And we get it done. Let's fucking go. I could not go back-to-back rebuilds without a championship. So we do get it done. Obviously, this was the Jalen Suggs rebuild. And I'm happy this one got done, man. So, as always, if you guys want to see more prospect rebuilds, I'm assuming you can probably tell what the next one's going to be. Yes, it's going to be a Jonathan Kuminga Orlando Magic rebuild. That one will probably be coming within the next few days. So, yeah, if you guys enjoyed, leave a like down below. Definitely helps out me a ton. Helps out the video a ton. So, if you guys do have any other video ideas, whether they're non-prospect rebuilds or prospect rebuilds, I'd love to hear them as well. And as always, if you guys are new around here, could subscribe. Definitely helps out the channel a ton. So, as always, hope you guys have been enjoying the content recently. I've definitely been putting my all into it, pretty much uploading daily. Not pretty much. I have been uploading daily. So, it's been great. It's been a really good summer so far. And I really hope to continue it for the rest of it. So, I love you guys. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I'll see you guys all in the next one.